Hello, and thank you for attending today's presentation about what's new at Kognito. The Kognito team is constantly making improvements to benefit our clients and partners, and we are delighted to share with you some amazing updates and developments in this next 30-minute presentation. But before we kick it off, I wanted to set some ground rules. The presentation will be recorded, and a copy of the recording will be sent after this presentation. All attendees are in listen-only mode, but please feel free to submit questions on the right-hand side. We're already seeing some questions come through, so I appreciate that. And also connect with us. We are all on social media. If you wanted to tweet at Kognito with the hashtag Kognito Webinars. Now, just a introduction, my name is Brian Nito, and I'm the Director of Client Experience here at Kognito. My team and I work with over 300 plus clients and partners to roll out and promote utilization of Kognito simulations. I'm also joined today by Walter. Hello. And Walter is a lead architect who will introduce himself and talk more about his role here. He will also share a bit of information about his team's effort on mobile development. Describe what you do here.
I'm in charge of the tech side of the simulation, ranging from how the simulations are created to how they're run in your browsers, and everything in between.
Thank you, Walter. So just some points on the agenda today. We'll be talking with Walter about mobile access, talk a little bit about the enhanced reporting analytics that we're excited to unveil today, and the new simulations for our education partners coming in the next few months. But first, a little more on mobile access. So the current workflow, as you see on the screen right now, it's a three-step process for users. You connect via desktop or laptop to your appropriate portal. Typically, the main landing page for users is cognitocampus.com, but you may have a dedicated custom page based on your geographic location. You would create and or log in and access the simulation and pre-survey, and then launch and engage in the simulation experience. Now, we are excited to announce that mobile access is coming soon via your device's browser. Users can expect the same experience and login process, just more accessible on any device. Again, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Users can connect on the browser by visiting their login page, typically Kognito Campus. They would create a login or log in with existing info and select the simulation they wish to launch. Now I have Walter here to talk a little bit more about the development of mobile access created by his tech team. I have a couple questions for you. Walter, can you describe about the work your team did and how this new enhancement will be a game changer for users?
Thank you, Brian. So for those who don't know, cognitive simulations are actually not videos. They're more or less games. You can kind of think of Fortnite, if you will. So there's an enormous amount of challenges when trying to bring Fortnite to a mobile browser. But luckily, browsers have evolved. We have evolved our content pipeline creation process, and we were finally able to, make that match and make it happen.
Now, what recommendations might you have for users accessing on a mobile device?
It's the same on desktop, really. You need to have the latest Chrome on Android, and on iOS, we require you to have the latest iOS version and use Safari. That just ensures that everything is up to date and, everything can run the way that we expect it to.
That's great. And just to call out some stuff that what Walter just mentioned, we have updated our technical system requirements on our support page already. So you can visit that today at support.cognito.com. Now, Walter, when do you think mobile access will be available?
It should be coming in the next few weeks. We've done what I call, quote unquote, the hard part. Everything functionally works. We're just, trying to make things a little bit nicer, trying to improve the user experience just a little bit more. Yeah, well, in general, we're ready to go very soon.
Awesome. And more communication from the Kognito team when it goes live officially. Now, Walter and his team have been working with some beta test clients who have provided some initial feedback. So Walter mentioned how there are a few things that have to be fixed, but some initial feedback that we're hearing from the field. One client commented, I think having a mobile option is going to be very, very beneficial. Another client said that will help us a great deal. This particular district has district-issued classroom iPads, and now they can use friend-to-friend within their health curriculum classes. So kudos to you, Walter, and your team. We're really, really excited for clients to take advantage of this new free enhancement in the next few weeks. Now, switching gears a little on our next update, we have enhanced analytics. Another thing that we're very excited about is that this new insight report will be part of your subscription. The comprehensive report will showcase an overview of usage data month over month and completion data. It'll contain user feedback ratings and information like, would they recommend the simulation to others? How would they rate the overall experience and content? Some of the more impactful data that is worth noting in this report is the skills acquisition increases from the pre to post simulation experience. We will now be able to show your specific percentage increases. This example report for this institution on the right-hand side shows nearly an increase of 30 to 40% for preparedness to recognize students experiencing signs of psychological distress and confidence in the ability to discuss these concerns. All these reports will be now specific and customized to your user survey responses. Similarly to mobile, we actually betaed these reports with clients. One particular client, Eastfield College, stated administration has increased focus on these types of outcomes to recognize, discuss, recommend, and refer. Seeing these data points are very useful, they said. University of Chicago said something similar. This type of information that is what administration are looking for. Lastly, when at risk for college students and friend-to-friend, we do ask users taking the simulation if they would seek help or self-refer themselves to a mental health service. This particular school on the screen indicated a 93% self-referral rate, a powerful, powerful statistic that has individual students recognizing the need for their own mental health support. The other two items we provide is the measurable impact in terms of behavior change and cost savings. The first, we've calculated for you the number of students approached by student or educator users and number of students that student or educator users discuss a referral to support services with. Lastly, we've calculated the number of averted dropouts and tuition dollars saved based on the Healthy Minds study and the Kognito Behavior Change Multiplier. It shows what savings your schools or institutions are having compared to traditional in-person training formats. Now, how do you leverage these reports? Here are just some strategies that we've seen our beta clients already do. You're able to monitor and adjust implementation strategies month over month and year over year as needed. You empower to communicate and advocate to your stakeholders, whether it be at your level or administration through the superintendent office or provost office, the impact the simulations are having within your organization. and the ease of burden for you and your team having to compile the data from multiple places on your own. One of our clients, the University of Chicago, commented how incredibly important for administration and those funding the simulation, having business reviews that discuss where the figures are coming from is crucial. So we hope to see this and these reports elevate the conversation of the work that you all are doing to have actionable next steps within your schools or your institution. Now a preview of products that just came off our production line and some to follow. Just last month, we released a new postvention simulation for how to deal with a loss at a K-12 school. Within the simulation, we highlight and educate on how to respond to a death, the importance of knowing your crisis response plan, and postvention next steps. Users are teachers and school administrators within the K-12 school setting, and it lasts for approximately 40 minutes. Users will interact with an elementary student, Aiden, who has lashed out in class due to a classmate's death, Amy, a middle school teacher whose classmate died by suicide, causing Amy to be withdrawn, and Miss Park, whose death by suicide has affected her own mental health and appears to be on edge. What is so dynamic about this simulation? It addresses the mental health and well-being of educator peers as important to the postvention process. Coming this summer for K-12 as well is At-Risk Preschool, a new simulation aimed to improve mental health support in the age 3 to 5 age range. Within this simulation, we encourage users to identify signs of young child support, intervene with appropriate to behavioral challenge or social emotional skills, discuss the incidents with the caregiver, and developing a plan. The simulation also incorporates practice strategies for self-care for themselves. The target end users are early childhood professionals working with preschool-age children, such as preschool or child care teachers, assistant teachers, paraprofessionals, aides, daycare center support staff, or college students in student teaching programs. And last, but certainly not least, we're really excited to unveil the next higher ed simulation, which is Title IX, Sexual Assault on Campus. This simulation has been requested by our team from current clients, and we are excited to announce today that we'll be developing the simulation to be released in the spring of next year. This will be designed as a sexual assault prevention and response resource and have users practice bystander intervention. If you or your school's institution would be interested in learning more about these new products or enhancements, please email info@kognito.com. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and take some questions, so feel free to keep on entering in the question box. But I see that we have some questions from an individual. How much is the postvention simulation? That is a great question. There is certainly pricing associated with how many educators you might have at your K-12 district. To be interested in get more information, please contact info@kognito.com and we can have a business manager work with you directly. Great question. We have a mobile question, so I'm going to direct this to Walter. Are you going to make apps through an Apple Store or the Android store as well?
We've actually done that in the past, but we just feel that the web browser experience is so much more seamless and easy for everyone to access that we don't have plans currently to bring that functionality to app stores. I think if anything, actually, you'll see more apps like Words with Friends become available through the browser and perhaps not even through the App Store.
And I see a question, who can I contact about Insight reports? As I mentioned, we are currently beta testing them with a certain number of clients, but if you're interested in taking a sneak peek yourself on your data, you can contact your dedicated account manager, or you can also email info@kognito.com. And it looks like that is the remainder amount of questions in the queue. I wanted to thank everyone. I want to thank Walter for joining us and shedding some light on the mobile development, which is coming soon. We really appreciate you all joining on What's New at Kognito, and we hope you join more of these conversations in the future. Thanks, and have a great day.